Hello and welcome to Quietly Talking Movies ASMR channel. My name's Matt, and in today's video I'll be continuing my run through my Warner Brothers collector's editions that I own. This one is going to be a little bit special one. Special one because of the actual films themselves that I'll be showing, and they are specifically Batman films. So I currently have 6 dedicated Batman collector's editions, and they are mostly Warner Brothers Ultimate Collector's editions, but there's also one specific limited edition that it is a collector's edition, but it is not an ultimate collector's edition. So it's not something that Warner Brothers themselves call a ultimate collector's edition. I'm going to show you in a moment, so you're going to see exactly what I mean. That being said, I'm perfectly aware that I do miss 2 specific films, namely Batman Forever as well as Batman and Robin. These 2 editions also appear in the Warner Brothers Ultimate Collector's Edition. However, I guess due to the quality of those films, I'm still hesitating in terms of like whether I should buy them or not. They have been up for a while for a sale. They have been going through numerous discounts in the past years. I think they've been going for $29.99 already. So, but you kind of get, you having the discounted item because of something, and that something is the fact that these editions do, and the films themselves are actually not something that maybe some people would actually like to have. They're a little bit of a, how would you call it, like, a collector's curiosity in a way. Alright, so I'm still going through my I'm still going through my collection, the Warner Brothers collector's editions, in a release date order. And however, I did skip one of my editions that I have in order to basically make this video specifically for Batman. And that film that I skipped, but I'll be talking later, is Singing in the Rain, Ultimate Collector's Edition. So that is still coming up, but not in this video specifically. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump right into it, right? So the films I'll be talking about is obviously the recent Batman that came out. That's The Batman by director Matt Reeves. They're going to be Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises by Christopher Nolan, as well as Tim Burton's Batman from 1989 and Batman Returns from 1990, if I'm not mistaken, fingers crossed, 1992. Alright, so coincidentally, the film that I'm actually going to be talking about first is actually the latest one. So let me start with The Batman. Okay. Hope you don't mind essentially that I'll be doing it this way. As I'm saying, I'm going through a release in the release order, and the release order is as such that The Batman came out first. So this specific edition is called Limited collector's editions Steelbook, I think. It was an HMV exclusive, so you couldn't buy that through any other partners, retailers. And yeah, I guess it got sold out fairly quickly. Having said that, I really wish that Warner Brothers, which I'm a big fan of, started releasing their newest editions with something like exactly like that limited edition steelbook with a slip box and some art cards or booklets or whatever. Like straight out of the bat, that we don't have to wait for like some anniversary collections or anything like this. This came out exactly at the same time that the the Batman came out on 4K Ultra HD. So in all honesty, I wish that, as of recently, Furiosa came out like this, or any other Warner Brothers film that came out recently would come out in a beautiful edition like this. Well, I guess we can't have everything, and we have to wait for the 10th anniversary of something in order to get this. Alright, okay, so now I'll be donning my gloves for this ones, specifically because I think, I'm not sure which one was first, right? I think the Green Mile, one of the editions of the Green Mile that came out was with a steelbook, I think specifically for Xavi. But from that moment onwards, I think all of the Ultimate Collector's editions came out with a steelbook. So, since I'll be handling steelbooks, I don't want to leave any fingerprints. I'll be donning my gloves. There we go. Okay, so that is the Batman front cover. As you can see, it's a high gloss finish. There's no spot glossing in here, any embossing, debossing, nothing like that. It's straight high gloss artwork in here. So we got the Batman rounded with a question mark by the Riddler. Alright, there's nothing much at the top, nothing on the bottom, and here's the spine. Clean black with the Batman on the in the middle. We get DC logo and the updated 2020 Warner Brothers logo. Okay, when it comes to the back, we do get two logos in here. One of the logos is obviously the bat, as well as Riddler's expanded logo. At the bottom as well, and I have no idea what it actually is, but it's a code, alright? It's one of the Riddler's codes, but I have no idea what does it actually say. And maybe before making this video I should have researched that. Okay, well, when it comes to the contents in here, one of the reasons why probably this isn't called an Ultimate Collector's Edition, and obviously also why hasn't it actually been differently priced. I don't remember specifically, although I might check. I have my laptop in here with me. Okay, I got it in June 2022 for £35. So it was on HMV for £35. So maybe because of the pricing and obviously stuff like that, this is not like fully fleshed out collector's edition as the previous ones that I've shown. And I'll tell you what I mean in a second. I'm gonna pop that out. When it comes to the inside of the rigid slip box, it's like all black inside, which is very nice. You can actually see, maybe not in the slide, but you can actually see that the inside is a black paper. Alright, so that's the case. So before I actually go into the Steelbook, I'm just going to go and show you the additional stuff that you're getting, and why I'm saying it is not like a proper Ultimate Collector's Edition, and why it was actually cheaper to buy than the others. So we do get a nice envelope featuring, you know, the Batman artwork, as well as one of the photos with the Riddler, with a nice envelope to the Batman by the Riddler. So the thing of the matter is, actually, I think that mostly it's because we don't actually have anything else outside of the poster and art cards, so I guess we could also have like some booklets or something. Okay, but what we actually got in here, and that's very nice, very nice touch, is a poster. It's not a very big one poster. At the same time, I don't think it's actually one of the best posters that were actually released for the Batman. There was plenty of other better posters. Well, here it is. Lies. Unmask the Truth. The Batman. So this is a single-sided poster that you're getting, and it's on a, you know, high gloss paper, kind of flimsy one. But it's good to have a poster, right? You guys know that I love posters. What we're also getting in the envelope is some art cards. And then by some, I really mean 4. Okay. We're getting Batman himself, obviously, by Robert Pattinson. We got Zoe Kravitz's turn as Selina Kyle, or Catwoman. We got unrecognizable Colin Farrell as the Penguin. And last but not least, we are getting menacing Paul Dano as the Riddler. So that's it when it comes to that. So yeah, it's a nice little addition. That is good to have. If you're a fan of the film, that's as good as it gets. I know that for some reason Warner Brothers was selling an edition where you're actually getting like the Batarang with 2 4K Steelbooks inside, and I honestly have no idea why would someone want to have 2 Steelbooks of the same film in the same packaging. It's actually beyond me, and I'm not going to even comment on that. Alright. Never mind. that was the envelope. Let's go on to the Steelbook itself. And the Steelbook is a matte finish, and it features the same artwork as the Steelbook itself. So we got a very nice matte finish with Batman head and cowl. In the background we have the highlights of the Riddler's logo, the question mark, and we've got the Batman at the bottom. It's all matte throughout and black, and the back is exactly the same as the slipbooks, which is completely fine. And as always, we get the credits. It's a Warner Brothers release, you know this. Okay, so as we go into the inside, we're getting a 4K Ultra HD Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos disc. The disc itself is a 100GB disc, which is kind of like expected. The film's runtime is 3 hours. This is the special features disc on Blu-ray, and that's a dual layer 50GB. And last but not least, we're getting the standard Blu-ray. And from the inside, basically spells out "To the Batman." Yeah, overall, very nice work. As a person who really enjoyed this film, I was really satisfied to actually get an edition like this. And as I mentioned, I really wish Warner Brothers, and in all honesty, many of the other labels were releasing their newest editions in a similar manner. Just, a limited run, just for the fans, Alright, that's the Batman. I'm gonna put that aside, and now we're gonna get into some of the best films I have ever seen. I wouldn't say, okay, maybe I'm gonna phrase it this way. I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan, okay? I really love some of his movies. At the same time, in the Batman trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy by Christopher Nolan, I think that's the best comic book films ever made, period, okay? So, in all that I'm saying, I'm a little bit biased, okay? So, I was especially satisfied when Warner Brothers released the Batman Dark Knight trilogy in the Ultimate Collector's Editions, and they are spectacular. These editions are basically the ones that made me want to have more, essentially, right? I think altogether the Singing in the Rain is still the one that I think I got first, but as soon as I saw these editions for the Dark Knight trilogy, I was like, wow, collecting physical media can be really rewarding, and I'm extremely proud of having those editions. I know that they are not very limited, they have been up for sale for quite some time, but it's one of those editions that I don't think this can be anything that can actually top it. Yeah, so the first one is Batman Begins, directed in 2005, if I'm not mistaken, by Christopher Nolan. And in the artwork we're actually getting this very nice dark cover with a spot-glossed Batman in flight, which is kind of like just the silhouette and this spot glossing still actually features Batman in the city, which is very nice, very unique. It actually continues onto the spine. So we got Batman Begins, Warner Brothers 2020 logo, updated one. These actually were released in 2022, 4K Ultra HD, and the spot glossing also actually continues onto this part here. And the back, the spot glossing still comes over here. So it's a very long Batman wing. And the spot glossing is also on the actual logo of Nolan's The Batman. Alright, inside we're actually going to get the Steelbook as well as a very thick envelope. And we're getting lots of goodies in there. Alright. Inside, black, as in the case of the Batman, rigid slipcase. Beautiful. Alright. Now, the envelope, as I mentioned, is quite a thick one. We're getting the brownish design, which is in theme of the other promotional materials for Batman Begins. This brownish color. You actually have Batman Begins logo and title spot glossed in here as well, which is very nice. So what do we get inside? Okay, got everything out, that's it. So what do we actually get inside? We get a booklet. The booklet itself is as well with a little bit of spot glossing on the Batman logo. That's the back. So what does the booklet actually have? Some photography, very nice. Actually very nicely remade photography. It's actually on a very high gloss finish paper, which is pretty nice. It's not a very long one, but still, it's good to have something like this. Some photography from the film. Scenes. Okay. That's the booklet. And on the booklet, we also have the Scarecrow, played by Cillian Murphy. Nolan's go-to boy, let's see. What we're getting here as well is the poster. The poster, which is in a landscape mode. As you can see, it's the Batman in his bat cave. Simple artwork, kind of like cropped from top and bottom a little bit, but it's there. And it's double-sided, so on the back we're actually getting, I believe that is a scene where Batman is driving and jumping into the Batcave with the Batmobile. Or I don't think it's actually named Batmobile in those films. It's called Tumbler. So it tumbles into the cave. Alright, so there we go. We also get a poster, double-sided, and we also get lots of art cuts. So essentially they feature some, I guess, I don't think there's much of backstage, behind the scenes stuff in here, but yeah, we get a lot of scenes from the movies in a very thick, like it doesn't even bend, a very thick high gloss finish paper. Okay, so we got little Bruce Wayne. This is the Christian Bale Bruce Wayne. Liam Neeson and Ken Watanabe in the background. Again, scene from a movie. Christian Bale and Ken Watanabe. Michael Caine's Alfred. Morgan Freeman as Lucius Fox. Here we get Batman in all his glory. There we go. I should say as well that one of the reasons why I really love those films, like beyond anything else. I mean, I still have some films that I love even more than these, but what I mean by that is I essentially love those films because of the music by Hans Zimmer and James Newton Howard. What those guys created was spectacular, unique, and very memorable. Okay, so we do get some, I wouldn't say behind the scenes, but it's kind of like, artwork that is specific to the design, creation design. Okay, so we have the design by Lindy Hemming for the Batman suit here. And you get this in the back. Some storyboards. See, I remember that word. Storyboards. Okay, I have to see, are they all double-sided? No. Okay, they're not double-sided. It's only the last two, the behind-the-scenes ones, which are actually, for some reason, only they are double-sided. Alright. So that's the art cards, booklet, and a poster that we're getting with the Ultimate Collector's Edition of Batman Begins. As an absolute fan of those films, I can't imagine to have anything else. It's all I would never ever need. And here we go to the Steelbook itself that we're getting inside, and the Steelbook features the similar artwork as from the front cover, but expanded. We still get the spot glossing, as you can see, on the Batman logo. The spine is kept quite clean with the Warner Brothers logo on the bottom, and we get, again, no spot glossing here whatsoever, but we get the nice bats and the standard Warner Brothers credits at the bottom. As we take a look inside, from what I believe, inside we're actually getting the same discs as we would actually in a normal edition. So that means we're getting a film in 4K Ultra HD, HDR10 and DTS 5.1 as is standard with Christopher Nolan. We're getting a Blu-ray of the film, there we go, as well as a dedicated special features disc. Alright, the artwork inside, let me just take out the discs. The artwork inside is from the training ground, and the full slip looks like this. Quite nice indeed. Alright, so that was the Batman Begins. And I think most, if not all, Christopher Nolan films on 4K Ultra HD, they're 100GB discs. Alright. There we go. Going nicely, beautifully. So I'm just gonna keep this one here for a second, because as soon as I show the whole trilogy, I'm just gonna put them nicely in how they actually look on the spines all together. And here we go with probably the best comic book movie ever made, The Dark Knight, in this beautiful Ultimate Collector's Edition. I mean, this one specifically, I think, is already sold out. It's the only one that is sold out. I think you can still buy Batman Begins, you can still buy The Dark Knight Rises. However, The Dark Knight itself is sold out on most of the major retailers. I'm not going to spend too much talking about this film. I think a lot of people already know this film and what to expect from it, but it's a work of art in my opinion. The Ultimate Collector's Edition, as you see, still continues with the same designs when it comes to the artwork for the Batman films. So we also get like a standard black background, but we're getting a silhouette with a kind of like, you know, the silhouetted Batman from the scene where he basically received some bad news and spot glossed. In the silhouette itself, we get a scene from Heath Ledger's Joker, you know, like dog chasing cars. And there we go, that's the spine, still spot glossed, beautiful blue colors, which is the scheme of the film. Just like Batman Begins was brown, The Dark Knight is blue. And the spot glossing from the scene continues. As you can see, it basically goes from the Batman here, the cowl and the cape, and the spot glossing continues to the rubble on the back, and we get the updated Dark Knight logo, which is already starting to break, and it's still spot glossed. Okay, there we go. Going to put the Steelbook aside. Again, we're getting a very thick envelope with lots of goodies inside. The Batman logo is spot glossed. On the back we get lots of ha 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 ha. It's a very nice looking envelope itself. Okay. So what do we get inside is again a booklet, poster, art cards, and a little bit demolished Joker card. It's a very nice touch. It's a little bit burned, so if you've seen the movie, you know that in one of the scenes, Joker has kind of like, you know, a sign that he committed a crime. He put a lot of Joker cards, and they all went up in the flames in the car as he blew up someone. So it's a very nice detail and piece of memorabilia to have. Okay, this time we're gonna start from the art cards themselves, and I think there's a lot of design and standard film art cuts. So we get the design for Heath Ledger as Joker. There we go. Highly sparkle, high gloss, and in the back we actually get Joker. I think they don't have anything in terms of the back, just the design one, just like in the Batman Begins. Okay, we got some scenes from the movie The Dark Knight. Got Alfred and Christian Bale. One of the many reasons why this film is so great as well is The Dark Knight is also one of the first films in the Hollywood and in the film industry that has used IMAX cameras to be featured in a commercially available film, wide release, like mainstream film. And it has a total of, I don't know, like 30 minutes of IMAX scenes in a runtime of 2 hours and 30 minutes. And it was a huge deal, like, to actually have the scenes like that. And in a way, Christopher Nolan single-handedly reinvented IMAX, because previously IMAX was used just for documentaries about space, nature and stuff like that. However, Nolan single-handedly almost introduced mainstream films in IMAX, and since that time onwards, more and more films were actually made with IMAX cameras and are playing in the cinemas. That's still probably my favorite film format, and whenever there's a film in IMAX that I want to see, I'm going to see it in IMAX. I'm lucky to actually live in Edinburgh, where we actually have an IMAX cinema in the city. Okay, that's all of them. So, yeah, those are the art cards. I'm just going to put the design art card to it as well. Again, we're getting a poster, and it's a landscape one. So we're getting the 3 main characters of The Dark Knight. We're getting the Joker, Harvey Dent, and the Batman, all with their own set of gadgets that are featured throughout. Okay, and the back is this particular poster, like so. And when it comes to the booklet, which again is having a spot glossing on the Batman logo, got the Joker masks in the back. It's basically featuring some production and scenes from the movie's photos. It's a bit of a shame that we don't get any writing in here, but I'm not complaining. I love these editions so much that I'm never actually going to get rid of them. I don't think there's going to be anything better that we're going to get. Alright, so that's what we're getting in the envelope. So let's go for the Steelbook. Alright. I'm so sorry. Forgot about this one. There we go. and the Steelbook is as so. So, as you've probably noticed already, the Steelbook artwork is the artwork that we're getting on the front cover of the Ultimate Collector's Editions, like the slip boxes. It's just expanded and showing it like in full glory. It's basically a scene from the film where Heath Ledger's Joker escapes the police jail, and he steals one of the police cars, and he has some fun in the city. The Dark Knight logo in here again is spot glossed. Right, very minimalistic and easy design on the back, on the spine, and the back is basically Batman logo etched in the middle of all that ha 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 from Joker. Again, we're getting same discs as we usually do with the 4K of Batman's, and as always all the films are HDR10, no Dolby Vision or anything like that. Christopher Nolan doesn't do Dolby Vision, and he doesn't do Dolby Atmos. He's doing the standard DTS HD Master Audio 5.1, which suffices for him. So that's the inside. It's basically Batman on the bike. That is part of the tumbler. And here's the Steelbook in full glory. Back. Alright. There we go. So that is The Dark Knight. So The Dark Knight is a film that I have actually missed in cinemas when it was first time released in 2008. I got the chance to actually see it on the re-release in cinemas last year. So basically I had a chance to watch it, and to be honest, I was disappointed. I remember when I was actually watching, when I was talking to you about the IMAX sequences, the 30 minutes of it, they are featured on those 4K discs, and they look spectacular. They are one of the best 4K, most pristine looking 4K picture you're going to ever see is those IMAX sequences in those films, like The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. In cinema, unfortunately, they were showing like the standard letterboxed film, which I was quite disappointed, and the quality of the film itself, like in terms of the picture, wasn't that great. Okay, and last but not least, when it comes to the Dark Knight trilogy, is The Dark Knight Rises. This one I already was a Christopher Nolan fan by the time this film was released, having seen like The Dark Knight and Batman Begins previously. I already loved Prestige. I went to the cinema to see Inception, and then he followed up The Dark Knight and Inception with The Dark Knight Rises, and I'm not ashamed to say that I loved it. It's a great film, and here we actually have The Dark Knight Rises in the 4K Ultra HD edition, Ultimate Collector's Edition from Warner Brothers, and it, as you can see, it follows the similar pattern. We got Batman silhouette. In the middle of that, we actually get a scene from the movie where Batman meets Bane. and it's all spot glossed. It continues to the spine, which is spot glossed, and it goes to the back, which the continuation is spot glossed, and we get finally the unraveling of the logo on the back, which is fully broken Batman logo in the back. Okay, so that's it, and let's go for the insides. Steelbook on the side, and here's the envelope, The Dark Knight Rises, which has very nice spot glossing as well, and we get the new and updated Batman logos. I remember when the film was still being marketed, how basically Christopher Nolan took like one piece of a chalk and was drawing Batman signs, logos on the lamp posts and stuff, because it's part of a, how would you call, uprising to take back the city of Gotham. Right. Inside, we're going to get probably similar, if not the same, things. Alright, there we go. We get a booklet, poster. We got a very specific Rise, very small art card. Rise, as you can see, it has the mask of Bane, but the eyes are actually the bat. It's a very, very clever design. Okay, and here we got the art cards, and probably again the design is going to be double-sided. There we go. So the designs, actually, from what I'm seeing, it's kind of like a theme in those. Batman Begins had the design of the Batman suit, right? The Dark Knight had the design of Joker, and The Dark Knight Rises has the design of Bane. And here we go, the actual, and also Bane on the back. And the art cards are, as you see, like this. Yeah, so it's one of my most beloved trilogies, and I'm super happy to have it, like all three of them, in probably the most ultimate collector's editions that you can get. And I'm never parting my ways with it. I'm super excited at the same time to know, and I have already pre-ordered them like as soon as they were actually announced. But I pre-ordered my Inception Ultimate Collector's Edition and Interstellar Ultimate Collector's Edition. Two of my, probably one of my favorite films ever made, Inception and Interstellar, alongside with The Dark Knight. And I can't wait to see them. I'm kind of like wondering if they're going to have similar design as the Dark Knight films, in terms of like, the slip books, if they're actually going to make them match the other Christopher Nolan movies. But who knows. Okay, these are the art cards. Here's the poster. And yes, this is the Japanese version of the poster. And here's the other poster which is essentially Selina Kyle's smashing the Batman's Batarang. In all honesty, I wish they actually did, one of the normal posters for that film. In fact, like even for The Dark Knight itself, like, give us like a good poster, And here's the booklet. Again, to complete everything, the Batman sign is spot glossed. So we got the Bane, and we got, again, the bats. And here we go. We got some scenes from the movie being made into the photo format. Yeah, I love that film as well. It has some really, really fantastic sequences, action sequences, and drama moments, and the character development in all of those three films is really paying off. Okay, and here's the Steelbook. Yeah, just as I mentioned previously, we get a continuation and basically expansion of the slipbox art. It's basically a steal from the movie. We got the Dark Knight Rises, which is spot glossed. You may be not seeing that here very well, but it is spot glossed. Minimalistic spine, as we actually get with those steelbooks, and very simple but very beautiful Batman logo. And they're all, I forgot to mention, but they're all matte finish, which I love. And go from the inside, standard discs. Got Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle dancing in the artwork, and that's the outside in full. Very nice indeed. Alright. There we go. That's the Steelbook for The Dark Knight. And as promised, I'm going to show you how they all look like side by side. Right. There we go. It's a beauty. Look at this. Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. And here are the spines. So on the shelf, if you're actually displaying them side by side, they're going to look like this. I know, maybe it's a missed opportunity to make it like continuing the silhouette, continuing here, maybe to make a Batman sign, but I don't mind. As I said, they're all very nicely done. Fantastic. Alright, so to complete the whole discussion, we're going to talk about Batman and Batman Returns by Tim Burton. These films are also made in the same Ultimate Collector's Edition fashion. They were actually released after the Dark Knight trilogy in Ultimate Collector's Edition, and I was really happy to actually get this as well. Really good films, especially like Batman Returns. I really like the actual like feel and mystery that is actually surrounding the Penguin, played by Danny DeVito. So yeah, kind of like similar with what we've already seen in the Dark Knight trilogy. We're actually getting back background, and we get the Batman logo, the 1989 classic legendary Batman logo, and the Batman itself is polyglossed as well. And we got the DC logo in here, both in the front cover as well as on the spine. We get the DC logo. We didn't get that in the Dark Knight trilogy for some reason. And the Batman itself title, it is spot glossed, and the back is very nice kind of like design and spot glossing made for the Batman himself. Actually, I'm not sure if that's spot glossing. I wouldn't actually count that as spot glossing, because this part is basically the normal way of basically the paper. It's basically the other side is highly gloss finish. So is that spot glossing? What is it basically high gloss finish? Who knows? Alright, so the Batman 1999 is my first encounter with Batman ever, and I really loved those films when I was growing up. It really kind of like made the comic book movies cool again, but it was only after the Dark Knight that really the comic book movies had a resurgence, right? The Dark Knight being made in 2008, same time as Iron Man, and with the popularity of the Batman, the Dark Knight, and Marvel like putting films all over the place, that's what really started the comic book resurgence. Okay, so we get this polyglossing on the envelope again with the classic logo. The design is a little bit of a kind of like a blueprint design. Continues on the back. So what we're getting here is a couple of stuff. Alright, let's start with a booklet this time. We got the Batman, which is spot glossed, and the Batman logo is spot glossed, and we're getting again some movie scenes made in picture. Great performances by career-defining performances actually by Michael Keaton, who later made on to kind of like satirize himself in Birdman, which later actually led on to him appearing again in The Flash. And we also got the classy but also legendary take on the Joker by Jack Nicholson. And we got Kim Basinger playing Vicky Vale, I believe. Very nice. What we're also getting are 2 pairs of bookmarks. One with the Batman and one with the Joker. Alright. Seems like we also get a poster. So, on one side side features the Batman logo with no words at all except for the Warner Brothers. And the Warner Brothers logo is the updated 2020 one, so it is kind of like a new reproduction. And the back actually has the full poster with names Nicholson, Keaton, Batman. Very good indeed. And we get the outcuts, which I don't think there's any of them are actually the design ones, but they are, and that means that they're single-sided. Alright, here we go. Actually, we get some details mentioned in at the bottom as well, explaining a couple of stuff. Go. So that's all we're getting in the Batman. Not the Batman, but Batman 1980. 1989. Right, and here's the Steelbook. Again, not even again, it's actually a little bit of a difference. We have, I'm not sure if it actually comes across in here, it's a very dark Steelbook. So we got the blueprint elements, which are, I should say, a little bit embossed. I can actually feel them a little bit. But all around it, there's a silhouette, a very dark silhouette of Batman. Okay, we got the title, Batman. It's not spolyglossed in at all. Batman. We got the spine, again, very simple one with the DC logo on it. And in the back, very dark, we actually get Jack Nicholson's turn as Joker. And Batman films are actually housed in discs like this. There we go. We got the Batmobile in the back. Sorry, forgot to basically show from the side. So we got the Batman on the front cover and Joker on the back. Very, very dark. The Steelbook. Alright, so let's continue to Batman Returns. So, Batman Returns, so a continuation of the Tim Burton's Batman's, released in, I believe, 1992. But please let me be correct. can't see if... Okay. It might be 1993. It's either 1992 or 1993, I can't remember. Alright, but without further ado, I know that this video is already over an hour long, so I want to keep it brief and short, especially since most of those already feature same or similar details. We get the title, the cast, and the Batman logo as well, in a little bit of a blueprint form in spot glossing. The rest of this Steelbook is fairly black. The DC logo is the spine, quite clean DC logo, 4K Ultra HD, and the back is high gloss with a standard silhouette of the Batman in here by Michael Keaton. Alright, so let's see what we get inside. Steelbook on the side. That's the envelope. And the envelope, as you can see, is quite similar to the previous Batman. You get the spot glossing for the Batman logo. We get some blueprint design on the back as well. Alright. Okay. What is this? Is that some kind of glue? That's weird. Okay. Okay, never mind. That's the booklet. We got Batman in spot glossing, as always. And we got the Batman logo in spot gloss, as always. And it's essentially, again, photo booklet. I think one of the other things that is great about Batman Returns, why I like it so much, is exactly this. Michelle Pfeiffer as Selina Kyle, Catwoman. She was so good in this. Both her performances as previously as Selina Kyle, or later when she turns into the Cat Lady. And oh my god, she was quite menacing, to be honest. She was quite frightening. As like she really embodied this like cat-like crazy nature. And Danny DeVito as Penguin, absolutely brilliant casting. Really brilliant. He was so good in this film. Here we go. Oh, I even forgot Christopher Walken is in this. I think his name was Max Schreck, I think. Alright. By the way, please, more Batman films that are happening in winter. Please. So the Batman by Matt Reeves was happening in Halloween. Please make the next one in winter. We have not seen a Batman film happening like really in winter since The Dark Knight, and even then it wasn't like too much of a snow. We got lots of snow in Batman Returns, and maybe in what was it, Batman and Robin with Mr. Freeze, but yeah. Let's better not talk about that film. Right, and here's the poster. A really nice poster with all the three main characters. We got Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito, and Michelle Pfeiffer as Batman, Catwoman, and Penguin, respectively. And penguins with rockets. Fantastic. And the back is a logo like this. bat, the cat, the penguin. Batman Returns. Alright. And we're getting some art cuts. And there's lots and lots of art cuts in here. Okay. So we're getting character cards. Got Michael Keaton as Batman. We got Danny DeVito as Penguin. Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. And then we proceed to the standard art cuts from scenes from the film. By the way, the design of the penguin, the Danny DeVito's penguin, was so scary. So this film was released before I was born, and whenever it was actually playing on TV, I was kind of like scared of that film, especially because of how Penguin is portrayed. His, the white demeanor, overweight, his disfigurement, the eyes, the nose, the teeth, living in the sewers. Oh my god, that was actually a little bit scary. So good job on Tim Burton for making me scared of the sewers as a child. I think job done. Task accomplished. Okay, we get with those black and white with a little bit of description at the bottom. Alright, that's all that we get in this one. And for the Steelbook, it actually looks like this. Alright, there's no spot glossing, however the design on the blueprint has some feel to it. It is like very slightly embossed. Got Michael Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer, Danny DeVito in Batman Returns. There's no spot glossing whatsoever in here. Actually, the little spot glossing that you're getting actually are the lines of the blueprints. So they're the ones that actually stand out if you put it against the light. But nothing else does. Here's the spine. Batman Returns. And here's the back. And in the back, again, slight embossing and in a way spot glossing too. And we get the silhouettes darkened of Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito. Okay, a very nice change of art, color for the discs in purple, kind of like in theme with the rest of the design. And again, I think for the second time, inside artwork features Batmobile. Here is the full Steelbook, which is kind of nice. It actually almost feels like it's a continuation, almost. So yeah, So as I mentioned, I know that we actually have Batman and Robin and Batman Forever in Ultimate Collector's Editions. So editions that I really love, that are still available. However, and I've watched those films a very long time ago, right? Especially like the Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, and I enjoyed them when I was a kid. But even then, they were actually like really silly, for me. So in a way, if I would actually, I'm not sure if that actually justifies me paying £60 for 2 editions of films that I might not really enjoy having. Here's the back of the Batman Returns. There we go. Okay, well, with that in place, I think that's the end of the Batman's video of Ultimate Collector's Editions and other Collector's Editions. I really enjoy having them, and for some reason I think like Batman is a great character that appeals to a lot of young people, you know, living in the shadows, you know, a little bit of darkness introduced to the character, and you know, being mysterious and at the same time detectivistic, maybe, you know, being a detective, you know what I mean. So it's a really appealing comic book character for a lot of people, and you know, since it's since like beginning, it's very popular. So yeah, and there has to be something to it. Alright, well, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'll be seeing you in the next video that I'll be making for my next Ultimate Collector's Editions. And yeah, I hope that I will get some more soon enough. I have already pre-ordered, as I mentioned, Interstellar, Inception. I have The Wizard of Oz. I have 7, North by Northwest. I got Blazing Saddles, Joker, and Beetlejuice pre-ordered. I think altogether around 7 that I still have pre-ordered, and I can't wait to have them. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please click like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Cheerio.